Oh, nice.
That would be better. Let's get high. Or,
It's all right. It'll still it'll be recorded voice. They don't need
yeah, I'd like
Nice.
Yeah.
to see
I'll
people.
definitely check that out.
No, you get a flat box of some sort.
It's 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that's fine enough. We do what it is.
All right, everybody sitting down, you ready? All right, we're gonna bring this meeting to order at 7 o'clock. And the first thing that we're gonna talk about is the minutes for the last meeting. And, we're not gonna be able to approve these minutes, Dave, because there's too much overlap on stuff. So what we're gonna try to do is like, instead of going so depth in what you're saying, is we gotta kind of like just break it down. You know, like, she can explain it to you better than I could.
Just summarizing it instead of the word for word.
Well, it's-
I mean, what we're doing is, you know, we summarize it.
Yeah.
And if we have any questions, then we can fix it when we come here, but
okay,
if we write word for word on the machine, it's like overlapping. You can explain it, yeah.
Right, come to order, approved minutes, reviewed road complaints, just because this must be a ton of work.
okay, it's too much, actually.
Well, that's what she's trying to do, she's trying to help you break
Just-
this down.
Well, you can, but according to Leanne Bedard, who actually probably has a lot of knowledge on the subject, she said that's the proper way to do it. Because there's a lot of intent when someone says something, and if you try to interpret or leave it out, it's really nice to have a hard copy of that. And if anybody thinks that any of the quotations are wrong for what you're trying to say, and then sometimes someone will say like, they're talking about a person, but they don't name them, he, and sometimes I'll put in parentheses, try to direct that thought a little more clearer. And if you think that's not
But
right,
if they wanna go on the town's website and listen to the whole spiel,
They-
they can.
you can.
Yeah,
So
so,
if you ever looked at Leanne's notes, they aren't word for word.
Right,
They're just a summary
Right.
of
right.
everything because like we don't
We
need to
just
know if
started
somebody
this.
moves a position to draw a map or
Okay.
so
Okay.
we wanna make it easier for you, and if you
Well,
have any
it works
questions.
for me. I'm not bucking it. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying I
so-
thought it was perfect.
Right, so you can talk to her
Break
about
it
it.
down just like they do for the
Yeah.
select
Yeah.
board. Short, sweet, because that's gotta be a ton of work.
That's way too much.
Yeah.
Right, right, and I know Kathleen, yeah, we appreciate the work, I know Kathleen was saying that you kept going over and over. I mean, you must spend hours on these things.
does it print out? So is there a recording thing that prints this out?
No,
No, I
You actually
do
listen
that
to it,
internally
right?
with
Oh,
someone
man,
too,
yeah,
so,
no, that's way
I'm
too much.
rewinding and
Yeah.
saying, what they did, and then sometimes I can't hear the inflection, so I get my wife and say, is that this word or this one?
Yeah, so I say like, review minutes, review road complaints,
All right, okay.
Then you
Plus,
can just
like you
talk
said,
about.
business.
Now that there's a recording, they can go there, and if they
Right.
don't
Yeah.
want
right,
Yeah.
to play it back,
No, you just do a basic summary, so
Alright.
like the important things.
okay, okay.
That way you don't have to.
Yeah, that's just so much work.
About 3 days straight.
yeah, so we got that cleared up, and now, we have this paper that we went out and did the road, so we're gonna have to vote on this, if you guys like it. This is what we're gonna be handing to the select people. You have it over there, Dave. These are emergency roads and what needs to be done.
Yes,
Cleaning culverts
Yes,
and all that
yes.
stuff. It's our job to go out and find the problems and then just give it to the select board. And, if you guys have anything to add to this, we can add it tonight, or this will be good enough to hand the select board. Tomorrow night, right?
Yep.
Tomorrow night we'll be there. And I'm just gonna present it as this. And the other thing,
What is Mahoney Road, rock sticking out of the road,
oh yeah,
It's a large rock.
a large one,
Yeah.
how big is large?
Well, it's probably coming out of the road this much.
Right?
No, it's a rock. Well, I'm guessing it's a massive rock. I mean, it's been there and now, because it hasn't been taken care of, it's eroding more and more. How someone hasn't, thank God, they've all managed to go around it.
right.
It's by that culvert that's also washing out. It's not too far from that.
Right, and that's a major problem, because if you don't hurry up and fix it, somebody goes in, the town's gonna get sued. I'm serious, so tomorrow night, we'll recommend to the select board to get on it, either it gets done like within 3 or 4 days or 5 days, I don't know, what do you guys think about time span to say to the selectmen, they need
I-
to step it up?
I think we give it to the selectmen because they know of the issues.
Yeah.
And last week Kathy said that if regular work wasn't started today, that they were gonna be pushing to have this done through another contractor.
Okay, so we'll just
So
dump
that'll
that,
be up to them to decide what they're.
we'll bump that back out, and then again, like, we just found out the grader's decommissioned. The insurance company does not want anybody to run the grader. Or if Ben would have signed off on it, said it was safe, then he could have ran it, but he doesn't believe it's safe either, so we're gonna have to, the selectmen, this is all, we've done everything we needed to do, now it's up to the selectmen. So, I don't see anything else we need to do with this.
I think we just need to present this to them and also ask them what they would like us to do about the grading situation,
Right,
whether we,
so you wanna just take a vote and say we're gonna hand this to the selectmen tomorrow night?
Well, let's go down and read through every bullet if you would, because this is the first time I've seen it.
Well, go ahead, you can look
All
at it.
right, so Mahoney Road pulls
Yeah.
76, that's the one where the main drainage is coming down from Bear Mountain and cutting
No.
across.
this is just the straight stretch going down Mahoney, maybe, a mile and a half down.
Right,
It's on the left.
Going down,
Down from what, Church
and that's
Street?
big culvert.
It's a good sized culvert, yep.
The water's probably 6 or 7 feet down from the,
Oh,
Road.
God, no.
and it does it have, this is the one with the 2 poles in with the orange?
Yeah, like the
flags?
fence sticks.
Yeah, it's 6 or 7 feet down to the water. So the only time that water's gonna come up is like extreme flood conditions.
Right, it just,
That's not normal runoff, but we do have to fix that
yes.
erosion right
Well,
there,
it's
because it
because
did do it.
there is no fabric.
December
Like
18th.
some of the culverts have fabric, some do not. This does not, so literally it
Right.
all eroded
Yeah,
and
Right.
it's just keeps going back
but
into.
this is like the
We need
fourth
some banking
time we're
support
talking
there.
about this thing, okay, I'm
Yeah,
done.
these are not new issues.
These are all issues
Right,
that.
but that's an emergency, and I agree with it. And that's what I wanted to go over. I just want to make sure we're talking about the same one. It is a road hazard, no doubt.
Right,
So the emergency road work potholes through the town?
Yeah.
Throughout, those are.
they're
yeah.
working on.
Well, because with
now.
the state law, it's gotta be reported in 24
Right.
hours and we've had potholes for months that haven't been addressed, so.
How do you even classify? Does anybody have a good classification for when the pothole's okay, or you just can't do the shallow ones, right? Is there a certain depth or a certain width? You got any experience with that, Wes?
Anyone that you drive over that pumps your tire on, I think it's a pothole.
Well, if you go really fast, you go right over the top.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody considers potholes.
All right, so we don't, but yeah, that's good. So that's up to the discretion of whoever's doing the work then, what the emergency ones are.
Well,
Did.
they know where the potholes are, they know the major complaints that haven't been addressed, so hopefully those will be dealt with
This
first.
is McNeil Farms you're talking about?
Correct.
Okay, so they're, go,
They're working on them right now, which is a good.
oh, I
thing.
see that, yes. So non-emergent grading of dirt roads. That's needed, right? We should do at least one probably
Well,
at the
before
end.
winter.
And
All our
try
dirt
to
roads
crown
need
them
to be-
all, like some of them aren't. Isn't that a lot of work though, when it's not crowned to actually crown them?
No,
No,
if you got a grader,
If you got good product in the ditch, but we got sand.
but
We
if
don't
you
wanna
have,
bring sand
we
out.
have a lot of good product. A lot of this, we don't have a lot of crown and a lot of the dirt's
Oh, I
gone
know.
into.
Oh, I know.
So we
these-
have material, and we just need a good grader to
to pull it
put
in.
up there.
there was a suggestion to use this tool, it's a box, you've seen it. The
Yeah.
box with that's not gonna pull that stuff in. So we can't spend money on doing that and then go out and have to hire a grader.
All right.
So us as a road committee is gonna say we need a real grader machine. You guys agree with that?
I do.
Yeah.
100%.
That's what I'm gonna present.
Right. This is gonna be a lot more expensive than just what they've been doing for grading, because the last time they
I don't
graded,
really-
he
I don't
just
really
goes
think a real
down
lot.
one lane, comes back from the southbound or northbound or east or west.
it doesn't
and then
go-
it's
no,
good.
No.
So it's gonna be a
No,
lot
no,
more
no,
expensive,
no.
is what I'm telling you. Zip.
No, because what he does is he goes down the road and he puts his forks in and he tears, if he does it right, he tears way down below these lumps and bumps, because if you just skim it,
Right.
you're gonna have lumps and bumps again, so he has to take the
And proper
middle of the road,
turns,
dig
yes.
that up, take the side of the road, put that in the middle of the road, then take the, and Wesley knows, I mean, you tear the road right up and then you go down and you smooth it back.
So you're 3 or 4 times.
That's not the way they always did it.
No, but they usually skim the,
No,
I've seen them do it
my
that way.
father did it for years for the state, I mean, for the town and state too, but, used a grader from Timberlands up in Dixfield.
Did he use the fingers to dig it to pop?
No, that's right.
Let him talk,
We don't
please.
use scarifiers.
No,
And he said, what you gotta do is just go deep enough to cut to the bottom of every pothole.
right,
So if the potholes are this deep, you set the blade to cut that deep. And you take it across the road, then you go over there, you do the same thing, bring it back over here, then you take that dirt after you pull the ditches and spread it back out with your crown.
yeah, that's basically what I said, but they
It
were
takes you at least 4
for a trip.
down,
And that's what I was
back,
getting
down,
to,
back, get the
right.
right spots.
And presently, we're only doing 1 down, 1 back.
No, no, when Bill was doing it, he was doing it the way Wesley said it.
The scarifiers only do like 4 or 5 feet wide on any grader. None of them that I've seen are bigger than that. Well, unless you didn't.
Well, that's a lot of force if you're going down this deep.
But you don't need to go that deep. You just need to go as deep
To the
as the
pothole.
pothole.
Right.
And because the scarifiers is 5 foot, the blade is 12 foot. When you angle it, you probably get a good 10. So what's the point in just digging up one piece of what you're doing?
Yeah. And then you talked about bringing it from the shoulder back into
Right.
the road. And that's another pass.
No, whatever Wesley said was all, I've seen Bim do it and that's the way he did it.
Yeah.
But then I also seen him just cut the tops off the holes.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, and our grader is not the best grader, that table goes like this. So you get
What
chatter.
used to be a grader, yeah.
Right, so if we're hire a grader, hire somebody to do it, we should have a very smooth road at the end.
There's a possibility, if we know somebody that does grader work, the grader is available to rent if we have somebody to drive a grader.
The best you're gonna find here is West Hutchins.
And he
We
won't,
really wanna do it.
He won't do it.
Not
Even with a
without-
regular grader.
not with all the difficulties
Oh.
around it.
Because grader operators don't exist anymore.
Right.
The state can't get them, construction outfits can't get them. They share them. When they get one, 3 or 4 different companies
Really?
will share an operator.
God,
Because
that's scary.
All right, you got any more questions?
Yeah.
Before I do
Write
mine?
down the next bullet. You want to go right down through?
I don't know.
Or are you okay with everything?
I'm okay with everything. Is everybody okay with everything?
I know.
Well, no, I got a couple of issues. I just noticed the telephone pole at the bottom of Pratt Hill. When you come down to the bottom and go to take a left, that telephone pole right there on your left, which is the corner of Mahoney and Pratt. That one's been hit by the plow a few times, or
Well, when they're waiting to go back, sometimes they get dinged, but. it
yeah.
doesn't-
Oh, this one's it's looking like it's been compromised. So I didn't know if we knew that or if we wanted
It's
to run
not
that
a
up.
town problem.
Well,
There's a
Right.
CMP
Well,
issue.
it ultimately is if it's a power outage or whatever. That someone needs to
I
identify.
don't really believe the telephone pole's gonna fall over. Do you really believe it's gonna fall over?
No, I'm telling you, it's compromised, and
Okay.
I'd like to have
Things in my life
CMP
are
at least
compromised.
take a look at it. If you want to analyze it from here,
I don't know, call
I won't.
CMP. I don't think CMP is gonna come out and look at it.
of course they will. If you call them, they have to.
I call CMP because the
Yeah.
gauntlet of town farm, when you get over the hill.
Yeah.
That's a gauntlet, all those branches, I'm like, please
Oh,
let
yeah.
me get through after a storm.
Yeah.
Cause those branches are coming
Oh, yeah.
down.
Oh,
And they
it's
don't
dangerous.
care unless it pulls the line, because I've called them.
They're not gonna fix a telephone pole unless it falls over.
Oh, right, you know, so yeah,
They're not gonna.
But if you make a plan about it, it's documented, it's gonna cover.
Oh, every time there's a power outage, I call and they're like, do you think it's CMP equipment? Yup, sure is.
All right. So I mean, if you wanna have, I'm not calling CMP, I don't even know how to deal with that stuff.
You can just call and make it.
Yeah, just call me, yeah, it's all.
But if it's
okay.
standing
If we don't wanna do it
and
as a
not
group,
split, they won't replace it.
We don't wanna do it as a group, I'll do it
I'll
as
give
just a-
permission to call, everybody vote on, everybody want Dave to call
oh, whatever,
CMP?
don't be a.
Before it gets close.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Second it?
All in
Alright.
favor? I'm not.
Hey,
What's next?
I just have this saying.
Yes,
If
moving
you
along.
bring it up, you own it.
Good luck with that one. North of the Scott Rail Road is eroding with approach.
So a lot of this stuff, when you do your minutes, Dave.
Yeah.
I think, you know, you not need to put some of this in
What's that?
about the telephone pole and stuff like that if you don't want to.
He's putting it in there. It's going in. Watch it follow the tonight now. We're gonna follow it tonight. You watch.
Yeah.
Supposed to be.
Okay, you're all set?
Yeah, hi.
All right, so we're gonna vote on this proposal to give to the selectmen tomorrow night. Everybody in favor? All right. I don't think there's any other stuff we gotta talk about.
No, I think they have to advise what they want us to do moving from here.
So I recommend we close this meeting at 7:15.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye, and aye.
do you wanna stop the recording?
Why? I'd like, someone wants to watch this, I know. Don't you guys?
Last time I forgot, Leanne's like, oh, don't forget to stop it. That was the night Brandon came over, so.
That's right.